my name is cydnaide, but you can call me Cy, and welcome, and for those returning, I see you, boo.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Director Kjun is back with another Wednesday devlog post, and today he is now tackling, I would say, more emotional depth and the reworking of that. Now, I'm going to just kind of go over a little list that he had put up. Granted, he does go more in depth, but I just want to kind of go over the major list pieces that he pointed out and the ones that I specifically kind of like connect the dots with, and that is realigning emotions to the right context, setting clear rules for negative emotions and also for positive ones as well, clarifying why the emotion is triggering to make it much more clear for us to understand why it's happening, interconnecting emotions to more than just social interaction but to experiences like traveling and other fun things around your Zois world. Now, he does go into more deep detail and has more on his list that goes over certain things concerning the emotion state of your Zoi, and I am glad that he decided to go about it this way. It's so much easier to digest, to understand where he's coming from and for what him and the team have been working on. So anyway, enough of me going on. Let's just get right into his response, shall we? Hi everyone, life has been incredibly busy lately. To be honest, I almost forgot to post today. My apologies. Bless your heart, Kjun. Today I'd like to share a dev update on how we're reworking the emotion system for Zois. Have you ever looked at your Zoi and wondered, wait, why are you feeling that right now? I would have to agree yes, because there's sometimes I'm like, why are you feeling that way? What happened? Granted, you can hover over and can read what happened, but you don't know when it happened to cause that. So anyway, he'll actually goes into that as we continue with what he wrote. As we've added more content over time, emotions were often patched in piece by piece. While each piece made sense on its own, the overall logic became inconsistent. So this time, instead of adding new emotions, we went back to square one and reviewed everything from the ground up. And he does go on to say, not just for this in particular, but for all the other things concerning Zois and autonomy wise, they have been working from the ground up with everything. And for the fact that they decided to do that instead of like giving us again new content or just fleshing out other systems, that them going back in and fixing their code from the ground up is just really telling about this team and their dedication to giving us a quality product. But yeah, so the first thing he has on his list is aligning the emotion gears. We gathered and fixed cases where the situation and the emotion didn't match up. Parents gaining confidence when a toddler threw a tantrum or feeling serene after receiving a terrible gift were updated to annoyed and baffled, respectfully. Which makes sense. Like, I understand being annoyed with your kid throwing a tantrum, because as a parent, or receiving a gift that don't make no sense to you, especially based off of your personality. We fixed visual errors like inZOI looking gloomy while holding a cheerful buff description. Okay, that makes sense. Purely RNG based emotion triggers without conditions were removed. Unprovoked mood swings were more frustrating than fun. Yes, I would have to agree, because it was kind of in some ways giving Sims 4 with the random moods popping off, because sometimes you didn't have no context for it. And so now that they're taking that out, now we're going to have more context, which is the next thing he goes on to point number 2, setting clear rules for negative emotions. Our longest discussion was deciding where to draw the line on negative emotions. If a newly settled Zoi buys budget furniture within their means, getting hit with constant negative emotions just for being cheap felt exhausting rather than fun. Distinguishing cheap from bad. Okay, I like this. Simply buying inexpensive items no longer triggers negative emotions. However, low performance items like old beds or sofas that ruin sleep will cause bad moods. Now, another side to this is that if your Zoi is materialistic, which they do have that characteristic in the game, they should have, based off of that characteristic alone, a bad time when it comes to cheap materials or cheap items. I feel like they should be more prone to being upset that the item is not name brand versus being cheap and practical. So I feel like for a practical Zoi, that would work for them, or a Zoi that's just not, either or on that. But for those that are like snooty or materialistic, in this case, would definitely be like, no, regardless of the functionality, I don't want this cheap item. So hopefully they will, put that in mind as well. School uniform rework. We removed heat-cold reactions tied to wearing school uniforms. Since uniforms aren't something Zois choose to wear, they shouldn't be penalized for wearing them. Making emotion triggers transparent. So this is the third one. Even if the numbers make sense, players still feel caught off guard if they can't see the reason behind a mood shift. Reordered tooltips. The most recently acquired emotion now appears at the top, showing you the exact cause of your Zoi's current mood at a glance. Okay, we just had to see how that looks in motion, because I don't know how that would look in based off of what I've read here. Displaying names and social buffs. Emotions gained through conversation now show the other person's name. When a mood is caused by a person, who it was is the most vital context. Okay, so based off of what happened between another Zoi and your Zoi will show why that emotion happened because of that Zoi. So I can see that being very helpful, especially when you're telling a story or playing a certain gameplay. You can see that and you go, oh my god, he said that mean thing to her and it made her angry, and she's angry at him for making her angry. Yeah, so yeah, okay, I see that. I can see that. I can see clearly now. Quality of life upgrades. Added timestamps for gained emotions along with refreshed representative colors and icons. Okay, I like that. Giving us a timestamp when it happened. I do like that. Because right now we only have how long the emotion lasts instead of when it happened. So that's actually nice. True emotions must be seen. We expanded expressions and animations so emotions aren't just hidden behind numbers and tooltips. New animations and actions. Dedicated reaction animations now play for inspiration, excitement, triumph, laughter, joy, and emotion. Resting animations are more varied, and a new boredom action was added. Okay, interesting. I feel like in this case, this is a nice step in that direction. However, I would agree with one of the people that was down at the bottom, is that making individual animations based off of characteristics and traits would be much better, if that makes sense, instead of one size fit all, which is what this seems like. Because if my Zoi's excited but they're shy, they're not going to be jumping around and acting a fool, I feel like that there needs to be that kind of nuance, but at least they are trying to, in some form or fashion, give us more than just one or two things. And maybe this is just a step in them eventually adding certain things to personalities, customization, and interactions. I'm imagining that's going to take time, and they even said that they won't be able to get everything in one go. They have to give it to us over time, which that's the whole point of early access, is giving us giving them time to work on certain things and give us what we want, based off the time frame and so forth like that. So I am glad to see that they are still working in that general direction. It's just, again, it's going to take time. Autonomous behavior and thought bubbles. Autonomous choices now reflect Zoi's emotions and traits, with an icon explaining their reasoning. Overhead thought bubbles were fully revamped with intuitive icons matching the context and relationship. Okay, I like this. Very nice. I just hope it doesn't get in the way. That's my biggest thing. I don't like when stuff gets in my way. Like you having the UI just cluttering up your screen. That's not fun. So hopefully it's very intuitive and it doesn't get in the way. Memories and gifts. We rebalance how memories impact dialogue choices and fixed a bug where angry memories blocked essential conversations. Gift reactions are now split into 5 tiers based on Zoi's taste and traits, ensuring thoughtful gifts feel rewarding. Yes. Because if my Zoi, let's say for instance, is a practical Zoi, I would love for that Zoi to be able to receive a practical gift and enjoy that gift a lot more than a superficial one. So I do like this. I do like that. I like that. Trips that last. Pre-trip excitement. Check-in and post-trip nostalgia now flow continuously, leaving distinct memories for each Zoi who traveled. We wanted trips to feel like lasting experiences rather than one-off events. Ooh, so that every once in a while your Zoi will pop up with the thought bubble of that trip they had, and they'll probably have like a little buff of them remembering that trip and the fun they had on that trip. Or if they had a bad time with the trip, it will be like, oh man, I don't never want to go do that ever again. Specifically when you go to Chihaya and we go swimming and the sharks might start attacking people. But anyway, I honestly hope that if we do have diving in the game and our Zois go out and dive and swim and stuff, we see other Zois diving and stuff like that. So that would be really cool. Okay, other fixes. We also resolved missing or duplicated emotion triggers, link issues between emotions, stats, and preferences, as well as expression display bugs. Please check the full patch notes for details. Refining emotion logic isn't always immediately obvious, so it might take a bit of play duration to notice the difference. But if you find yourselves having more so that's why my Zoe feels this way moments, this update will have done its job. If you run into any awkward emotion states while playing, please let us know the context. Your reports were a huge help during this update. Thank you for helping us grow and improve, Kjun. You can definitely tell he kind of rushed some of this out to get to us. But at the same time, it's still very thoughtful and very well detailed and catered and curated for us, so that he can, let us know that that this is something that they were working on and that they can't wait to show us and for us to play around with, and to let us know that it's not just bam bam right in your face. You have to play the game. You have to sit down. You have to play the game to get those results, as far as not just everything in my face, but you have to sit down. You have to play it. It's not just boom 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 boom. It's you have to sit and play. You have to sit and enjoy it. And I feel like a lot of games, not necessarily just now, but pretty much now, have gotten so far away from just enjoying the game for what it is. And it has gotten so far from there, because if I remember correctly, Sims 2 didn't always throw certain things in your face. Sims 3 didn't either, not really. And it didn't hold your hand. Neither one of those games held your hand. And I like that those games didn't do that. And inZOI definitely is going in that direction of not holding your hand and giving you prompts every 2 seconds to tell you, how to do this or how to do that or whatever like that. Yeah, we do have Sidekick every once in a while saying something down at the bottom, but she's not intrusive. She's just at the bottom. And honestly, you can just look down for a second and look at whatever she's talking about, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. She's not right in your face. She's at the bottom. So I do like that. I do like how inZOI letting us explore it, letting us experience it, instead of just being handheld and spoon-fed every interaction or every feature. So I do like that very much. But anyway, that is going to be all for me, you guys. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this update. Do you feel like you do? You could. Does it? What's the word I'm looking for? Do you feel that this is a clear picture for you concerning the Zois autonomy, or specifically in this situation, the emotion autonomy, and how it's going to be played out for us, and for us to be able to dig our little fingies in there and play around with it and see how our Zois have to interact with the world around them, and especially when it comes to trips and things like that. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about it. And I don't know why I said that like that. But anyway, thank you all so much for sticking out to the end of the video. If you like my content and you want to support your girl, leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more vids where I cover most Wednesday and Friday devlog posts. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.